I do not get out of bed in the morning without thanking God for the home that I am waking up in. And I ask for strength for the day to do what needs to be done. Help me make the right decisions, help our company provide for all of our people. And that's how I start my day.
Shannon Charbonneau, first of all, thank you for coming and joining me on How Faith Fuels Your Business. I'd be remiss in not thanking you for coming and talking on the Operators Tech Roundtable last month. Really appreciate you joining us on Storage Unlocked for that. And of course, I was able to secure a space at SSA down in San Antonio for a morning prayer meeting. I was not able to attend, and you were one of the folks that stepped up and helped to make sure that that was a success. So I owe you a debt of gratitude for that as well. And finally, I'm going to thank you for taking some time. As we're taping this, it's late on a Friday afternoon, and you are still more than willing to come and share your story of how faith fuels you and your business, and very much appreciate you taking that time. So without further ado, this one's very simple. The whole concept of this is, how do people integrate their faith, which you certainly have,
Mm,
into the day to day of what they do? In your case, in running XPS, the call centers.
Yep.
Talk to me about how you manage those two things.
I will do it. So first of all, let me just say that is, I just adore you. And if you say, will you come and be on a call on Friday afternoon? The answer is just yes. So just count on me. Um,
I
no,
appreciate that and grateful for that. So thank you. It's
how
humbling,
I
honestly.
fold that in. I'll tell you how I do. I do not get out of bed in the morning without thanking God for the home that I am waking up in, my safe, warm, comfortable place, and the job that I and my husband, frankly, have that provides that home for us. And I ask for strength for the day to do what needs to be done. Um, I may, in fact, even have a rote prayer that sounds a lot like, I know that you give me what is sufficient for the day. I'm only going to ask for what I need for right now. Help me make the right decisions, help our company provide for all of our people. And that's how I start my day in the mornings before I ever even get out of bed. I have already been thankful that I have this place to come to, and that this continues to support not only me, I'm very thankful for that, but this employs a lot of people. There are a lot of people's livelihoods that depend on this place. And that is worthy of big prayers to me.
How do you then, as the day to day, right? Because you're operating a business, and we've talked about this on the roundtable that you came and joined. Technology is moving fast. We were talking off camera before we started about, we're starting to see folks that are looking for work, and who knows if that was influenced by AI and technology and what's happening, the
Mhm.
general conditions of what's going on in the world. The point I'm getting at is, there are a lot of challenges. You guys are a call center. There's challenges coming from AI for you folks. How do you manage to make sure that in this challenging environment, and we know it's easy to kind of start, changing your what you're willing or not willing to do as things gets tougher. How
Mhm.
do you keep in the forefront your faith and your belief in God in
Mhm.
order to make those decisions?
Oh, I would love to tell you that I am just excellent at it every time, Thaddeus, but the truth is I am a human person who feels things, and I am passionate about what we do here. Um, but at the end of the day, what I can count on is that if we do our part, if we keep the main thing, and that is our people, then we will win, right? Now, winning looks different in different seasons to different people. Um, but that's okay. That's part of life. And I know that God has this too, even if it is a difficult season, which it's not theoretically right now, but in a difficult season, I trust that. I trust that it's all if it's not good, he's not done, right?
Where's that faith come from for you? Because
Oh,
in every conversation I have with you, you're so confident in that belief. Where does that come from, and how do you stay solid in that?
that is only by the grace of Jesus for sure. But what I will give credit to is years and years with my home church, Genesis Metro in Frisco, Texas. Our lead pastors, Tim Bourne and his wife, Carrie. they are stalwart, and they preach that message over and over and over and over again. So if I am willing to listen and um, take that to heart, then I get it. But I would add to that, I spent after a pretty significant life event, we'll just say a pretty significant life event that sent me to a program called Celebrate Recovery. And I firmly, wholeheartedly recommend that program to, I don't know, just about anybody, because I truly believe that it is for, they call it for any hurt, habit, or hang up. And I have never met a human that does not have a hurt, a habit, or a hang up of some sort. Like we just all do. And that, bar none, I think has been the biggest discipleship program that I have ever gone through in my entire life. And I don't know that they really call it such, but when you just train people over and over and over and over again to know their worth and where that actually comes from, um, like that makes disciples. It automatically makes disciples. And so there was a huge shift, and it feels, uncommon, not so much anymore, but definitely there was a time in the past where it felt very unusual for me to be able to look you in the eye and say, "Sure, I've had some problems, I've done some things, but you know what? I am a beautiful and beloved child of the one true King, and I am happy for you to know about these things if it will give you any benefit whatsoever, because 'cause I'm not afraid that you can hurt me with it because I've already asked for forgiveness and that's done." So that is such a mental change, like, uh, years, that was years, and, therapy is expensive and CR is free. So, just
I love it.
put that out there for you.
It's interesting, and I've talked about this, and this isn't about me, it's about your story, but I wanna share a little bit as I've been in the New Testament. I think I'm on day 113 of year 2 of going daily through the New Testament, and one of the big things that I've taken away that was amazing to me is this idea that, A, one sin is not any better or worse than another.
Mm,
And that was humbling to think about as you're reading through Jesus's teachings and what he's telling the disciples that listen, if you call someone a name or you murder someone in the eyes of God, it's not different. Right. And so to humble yourself, like, as you mentioned, we all have things, but we're all also sinners. Right. And so if you lump yourself in with everybody else, this idea of treating other people with respect and not judging yourself as better or worse than somebody else becomes so powerful. And to your point about when you start making it about other people, regardless, we all have these struggles, these challenges, these things that we're hung up on. It's very freeing personally though, right? Because I no longer have to feel bad about those things that I've done wrong, because God knows, like you, I've had my moments in life where I wasn't doing things that I'm super proud of, but like you said, have asked for forgiveness, have
that's right.
been granted that grace of God, have felt the Holy Spirit in my life. And what an amazing feeling to have that confidence of there's some things I'm not super proud of, but God's grace and his willingness to accept that is so powerful. So when you talk about going through that discipleship, and especially when you talk about making the people the thing that resonates so strongly with me, which is maybe one of the reasons you and I get along so well.
Maybe. Well, and, it's funny that you say all sin is the same. I have been in a journey of a specific section of the Bible for an entire month at a time. So I am literally hearing or reading the same portion. And this month it's First John. And First John actually says that pray about every sin except the one that leads to death, which is to deny Jesus as the Christ, right? That's the only one. And he says, I'm not even saying to pray about that, but pray about all the others, right? Um, once you have that belief, once you know that you know that you know that Jesus is Christ, like, but I think that's a big ask. That's a big ask to know that. Yeah.
I'm in, I can't even remember if I'm in John 19 or John 20 this morning, but it was doubting Thomas, right? Jesus is been on the cross already. He's resurrected,
Not going to
and
believe it
Thomas
till I
doesn't
see
believe it without sticking his hand in the hole. And and
it.
and the phrase is, "Blessed is he who believes without seeing."
Yep.
right? And so to your point, a big ask, right? It's not an easy thing to have
Mhm.
faith and to believe. But on the flip side, I think, and you talked about this, once you open your eyes and you accept
Mm.
and you start to listen, it's very hard for me now at 52 years old to look at the things that are happening in my life and not say, this has to be something beyond Thaddeus Campbell, because Thaddeus Campbell is not the one making these things happen. And what an amazing feeling.
Mhm. And I would add to that, one of the things we talked about recently at the ISS Women in Storage Education panel, everybody kinda had the way that they do their business, and I kinda joked that I wished that I could have businessed up my answer a little bit, because what I said was, at the end of the day, for me, it's love, right? It's about love, and that means different things in different seasons and to different people and all of that. But for me, one of the things that means, again, keeping the main thing in my business is this is a people business, and we can add whatever kind of technology we want to add, but it's just that it's adding a feature set, and in addition to the people that we love, right? And so to me, it's just an integral part, right? It says Jesus is love, and you're supposed to strive to be like Jesus. So if we're doing that right, hopefully the people around us can feel that. That's that's the goal. I want the people around me to feel that. And honestly, not to toot my own horn, but I think if you were to ask most of them, do you feel loved on? I think the answer would be yes, yes.
I I can vouch for me and everyone else I've spoken to specifically about you for 100% saying yes. Exactly why I was so excited. We had to work at this a little bit.
I
You are a
know,
very
that
busy
wasn't easy.
person. You travel a lot. I'm a little bit busy, but very much appreciate you taking some time and coming and sharing your incredible message and your incredible story. For me, what is a really special segment that I've been able to do in my podcast on How Faith Fuels Your Business. So Shannon Charbonneau, thank you very much for coming and spending some time.
It's my pleasure. Thank you again, Thaddeus.
Much, much appreciated, Shannon. Thank you.